Hello, and thanks for joining us, folks, for this midweek NBA action on, and we know the second night, Greg, of a back-to-back can be rough.
And the NBA has put in work trying to minimize these, but sometimes it's unavoidable. And if you have a long bench, this is when you lean into it.
And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Randall out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's MP in at the 1 spot. Here's Sharp. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. The Minnesota Timberwolves coming to this one after the win against the Trailblazers in Portland.
I mean, in the modern era, you have to be able to stretch the floor or you're going to struggle.
Yeah, the best way to make it hard on teams is continue your motion, and their motion on the perimeter just wasn't good enough. That ended up costing them.
Pass to Sharp. Henderson with it. About 1 minute into the first quarter. And that one no good to start him off on the night. Back in the late 80s and early 90s, Brent, the Blazers had a real chance to win some titles.
Oh, man, they ran into some great teams too, Kevin. The bad boy Pistons and then the Bulls, obviously, with Michael Jordan. Winning a title in those days took something special, and the Blazers were right there.
Ayton sets the pick for Sharp. It's Henderson on the wing. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Such a confident young man. Scoot just goes for it.
The Minnesota Timberwolves coming to this one after the win against the Trailblazers. Randall a screen on Henderson. MP, that's for 2. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. MP's got his second bucket tonight.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Timberwolves have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Gobert with a screen for MP. Pass to Gobert. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face.
This is Rudy in his zone, where his shot is within easy reach.
Abdi on the wing. Henderson against Edwards. Henderson, no good. Timberwolves leading by 5. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Earlier, I spoke with Chauncey Billups. Now, I asked him how you take care of the Stifle Tower himself, Rudy Gobert. Coach said, I think you just try to pester him on defense and stay away from him on offense. If he's anywhere near our shooters, that means it's time to move the ball. So they'll have to play keep away when it comes to Gobert. Back to you.
Thank you, David. He gets that one.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Outside, Avdia. Pass to Sharp. Now Ayton. No good. Gobert with the defensive effort. MP outside. Down low. Gobert the pass to Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
And he can take off from anywhere at any time. Edwards always a threat. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And so Chauncey Billups calls for the timeout. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Naz Reid, he's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Alexander Walker comes in for McDaniels. Making a change here. Walker's checked in. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for Julius Randle. McDaniels comes in for Alexander Walker. Edwards, he's checked in for Dante DiVincenzo. And MP, he's subbed in for Mike Conley. Williams finds Walker. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Grant on the wing. Simons from outside. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Fresh from a win against Portland.
Yeah, and with most of the arena against them, they just banded together and trusted one another to make the right play.
Yeah, and in that game, it turned into a massive scoring night. It wasn't so much about the game plan as it was establishing early confidence to get that win.
On the court for Minnesota, Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Rudy Gobert is out there with Reed. And it's MP in at the point guard position. Fires from 14. Again, Simons missing.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench if he keeps shooting it like that. He has been putrid here this quarter.
MP, no good.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
We know, Brent, there are many roads that lead to the modern NBA. And Shaedon Sharpe took his own unique path.
Yeah, Kevin, you could say that again. I mean, he was on the Kentucky campus as a player, but never participated in a collegiate game, and then all of a sudden finding himself at the top end of the NBA draft without ever playing a college game.
And Gobert showing how much he wanted that basket.
And great camera work showing up on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. And Simons has got the ball here for Portland. 7-point differential. Last time they faced off, it was right here at home where they couldn't get it done.
And it's going to come down to effort tonight. Last time they met each other, they were demolished on the boards, and that rebounding difference led to a sizable loss.
Well, let's see if the lesson was learned from that loss. If they come out with the same type of effort, they can expect a similar result here.
Simons, the pass to Walker. Simons surveying the D. Shot on the wing. Again, Simons missing.
He's not very hard to defend right now. This is when the defense might step back and let him try to find his range.
Here's MP. MP converting the tough bucket.
Despite his youth, MP showing grown man strength.
Trailblazers trail by 9. Pass to Grant from outside the arc. That one's off. He's now 1 for 2 for Minnesota. They've gone 5 of 8 from the floor here in the second quarter. Over 60% shooting. MP passes to Gobert. Outside Edwards. 6 on the shot clock. Edwards cashing in from outside.
And you have to stay up on Edwards out there, which is dangerous because he's so good at going right around you.
Pass to Grant. Outside Simons. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. And 11 points for Anthony Simons. And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. He's ready to talk things through with the team. Some changes for Minnesota. Julius Randle's. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. Shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. And don't go away. We'll be right back.
Please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan.
In the Eastern Conference, LaMelo Ball.
Well, LaMelo's been incredible. I tell you, he has been.
Turning back now to our game, lots of positives in that first half for the Timberwolves.
We often talk about efficient.
Thanks for spending half.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. One of the stories here, Anthony Simons getting it done today.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
The guard pair are Henderson and Sharp. Avdia is out there with DeAndre Ayton. And it's Kamare in at the 3. So that's who Chauncey Billups starts the second half with. It feels like every season, Brent, we set a record for pace in the NBA. Why do you think that is?
Well, I don't know, Kevin, if it's every team that's seeking pace, although in every coach's press conference, you'll hear about them talking about playing faster and wanting to get out in transition. But that's where you take advantages of defenses most. Look, if you got a young team, open up the floodgates and let them run. Probably more success coming your way.
Here's Henderson, and then Henderson with the jam.
A little like Donovan Mitchell there. Henderson makes some really tough shots in traffic.
About 1 minute played here in the second half. Oh, MP makes it look easy.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way, no roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive.
Henderson, no one around him. And a miss there on the triple.
Not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
Randall is doubled. McDaniels gets a wide open look. That's in, coming off an assist from Randall. McDaniels got the lead up to 12 now for the Timberwolves. The overall game of Julius Randall is impressive. He's gritty. He is in there giving it, Brent, his everything.
Yeah, Kevin, you think about that year where he averaged 24, 10 rebounds, and 6 assists. I mean, the only other guys that did that were Will Chamberlain, Oscar Robertson, Larry Bird, Russell Westbrook, Jokic, Giannis. All of those guys won MVPs. That's a heck of a list.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. For the NBA, content continues to be king. Commissioner Adam Silver says the biggest issue for streaming services is what's called churn. To cancel is just a click. So it's more pay for play these days. You have to focus on people staying with you and having great content throughout the year. Kevin?
Yeah, you know, he's doing a great job, isn't he, David? Thank you so much. Pass to Kamare. Looking for Sharp, and he gets it there.
Whether you're new to the league like Sharp or a veteran, throwing it down, no better feeling.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Gobert is out there with Randall. And it's MP in at the point. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. And the Timberwolves lead by 18. Simons against MP. And it's Simons missing.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
MP, and again it's Minnesota.
What an incredible game so far for MP. He's showing no signs of slowing down.
Pass to Williams. McDaniels against Grant. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. MP deciding where to go with it. Greg, we see the NBA fining players for certain actions or statements.
Multiple offenders are always going to be under the microscope, Kevin. Sometimes they end up playing into those expectations, so those punishments can appear a bit skewed.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Trailblazers trail by 20. And so Chauncey Billups calls for the timeout. And he wants to see some changes out there right away and right now.
And your Blazer Dancers.
Avdia. Pass to Kamare. Back to Avdia. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. And he banks in the layup.
Just pushing through that time. Avdia asserting himself against the contact.
Randall a screen on Henderson. MP, good.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
Henderson against MP. Clock at 6. Pass to Kamare. Puts up a deep 3. It's hauled in by MP.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Oh, no, I know he can make it, but that's warm-ups, so maybe just a step too far.
To the paint, here's Avdia.
How about the slam by Avdia, not messing around inside.
Minnesota leading by 18. Pulls up on the wing. Another miss by MP.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
Yeah, that happens. Important thing is for players, just don't beat yourself up and make a miss like that cost you another play.
And that one is good.
Give them credit. They've worked hard all game, now looking to finish it.
No, great job of getting in position to win a game. It's been an all-out effort from the squad.
And stolen by MP.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Timberwolves.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And so that moves their record to 11 wins on the year.
And once they polish off this win, they'll be one more victory away from sweeping the season series.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for MP.
Just a force on the glass, did a fantastic job crashing the boards and coming up with seemingly every rebound.
Shot clock at 5. Near the three-point line, it's Edwards. And again, it's Minnesota.
Saw the opportunity to put this away, and you could see the killer instinct take over.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
Stolen by McDaniels. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's MP. And MP throws it down.
But the truth is, they've had control of this game.
Yeah, looks like a veteran team tonight. Getting out on the road, playing with assertiveness, confidence, fully in control for this win.
Outside, Avdia. Back to Henderson. Shot to stop the run. Ayton in the corner. Pass to Sharp. And here's Henderson. Avdia with a screen for Henderson. So it's Minnesota winning this one easy. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And that about wraps it up. For Brett Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K.